Hello, and welcome to the Panelists, the show where we answer questions that are metallic yet tender, firm yet lightly salted, questions that truly cause us to reevaluate what it means to be human, fruit, and or automobile. And joining us this week and featuring a special guest is Team Beardfire.
Mm-hmm. If we made out, it would be a beard fire. The friction.
And who are you and why are you on fire?
Oh, I'm Jacob Burgess. I'm a games writer and a voice actor.
But more importantly, you're on this show.
Yes.
So congratulations, you've really made it.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
I'm Graham.
We know who you are, that's not special.
Okay.
It was Graham?
Yes, hi.
Hi, it's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
And Team
Extruded matter
We come out in a column.
and dry on contact with air.
as most things do. But good news! You desperately need to go to the bathroom.
That's not good news.
And there is no bathroom for miles around because you are in a remote part of the Hebrides. However, you do have some options for a stealth release. Do you choose to foul the den of the fabulously endangered Scottish field vole, or just let loose at the edge of a breathtaking and extremely windswept heath which will guarantee maximum splashback?
I have a really important question.
Yes.
Ones or twos?
Up to you.
I guess that doesn't actually change my answer a huge amount.
So why did you ask?
I just need to know whether I'm gonna be like peeing on a vole or taking a dump on a vole.
Hey Cam, you want a cliff piss?
More than I want to be responsible for an extinction.
Right?
I think we take this one. I think we take this one for Team Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I've never intentionally peed on a living thing. Have you?
No. Of course not. No.
He's doing that thing with his face where it means they're lying.
Where it's super handsome, you're right.
And lying.
I would say instead of number ones, number twos.
Really? You would rather be pinching a loaf here?
Yes.
Okay.
And here's why.
All right.
Eventually, the solid matter can be moved out of the vole's house. There is less of a chance that we are going to kill this thing and or the plant life that it needs around it to survive. If we pee in a vole hole, then it's going to seep in, there is ammonia in there, and it will go all the way down.
We risk drowning the voles.
Correct.
Right.
Or if it's deep enough, we might not actually damage like the first layer of this vole dungeon because there are multiple layers, and it can eventually go like, well, who the hell pooped in my house? Nah. Or, yay, somebody pooped in my house. I'm going to use it. I don't know how voles work.
That's a good point.
I actually think I'm coming around to laying some brick on this cliff edge, because the amount of wind that would be required to make that a problem would be in itself a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you're dropping trow already, which means you're creating a sail-like structure between your legs. And if you're aerosolizing a number 2, you're already gone into the North Sea,
Oh yeah.
right? Like it's like the wasp factory out there.
Like you're pure goofy mode. Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Dad.
So you're gonna shit on a vole.
I still think we're in the right here. We're taking the safest option, both for ourselves, the voles, and the Earth itself. Also, if we're at the top of a cliff, who knows who's going to see us?
You know the unparalleled relief you get from letting go a pee that's been pent up for a long time? Imagine doing that, arms spread wide, atop a beautiful mountain in scenic Scotland.
That sounds fantastic. But what you're forgetting is you're essentially like Titanicing off the cliff, like peeing, and then going like, this is so... Because it's blowing back into your face, and you're going to taste yourself.
I don't think we're ever going to forget that, in our defense.
And I don't appreciate being kink-shamed.
I did not imply that that was necessarily a bad thing. I merely suggested that it was an inevitability.
For whatever it matters, and not to kink shame anyone, I just want to put it out there that shitting on a vole is not a fetish for me. This is not sexual in any way.
It's functional.
It's a necessity. I mean, to be fair, I know that we've sort of landed quite literally on the vole. I wouldn't care in that situation. The vole, the cliff, any of the space between, on that Scottish dude over there, on his sheep, doesn't matter. It just needs to get out of my bowels.
So what you're saying, if it's a hot brown gravy situation, all bets are off with you.
Yeah,
It's just whatever you're closer to.
I just wouldn't be able to look that vole in the eye again afterwards.
So you're on Team Cliffface.
I wouldn't say we're on Team Cliffface, but we're willing to take Team Cliffface in order to save the noble Scottish Highland vole.
What if you found out later that the Scottish Highland vole was not in fact endangered and was in fact a pest?
I feel lied to, Kathleen.
So what we've decided is that Cameron and Alex are very noble about not wanting to shit on something that, when I looked it up, had the headline, Scottish Vole Pest Strikes Again. And that Graham and Jacob are able to see through my lies. Excellent.
You could probably use one to wipe.
Very true.
I don't know how absorbent they are, but I bet they're soft.
Yeah. Bet you that tail tickles.
Okay, so I'm going to give 3 points to Graham and Jake because I want to watch them make out.
Only 3 points?
What's our low bar?
I mean,
It's higher than 3, right?
it's gotta be.
Okay, well, we'll see how round 2 goes.
Okay.
And 4 points to Cameron and Alex because they did take the moral high ground. Congratulations, your pants are ruined. But I have some good news for you. You have been selected to take part in a highly dangerous experimental drug study. You lucky ducks, you. Brilliant scientists have developed a pill that is guaranteed to make you permanently 25% smarter. However, the side effect is severe and also permanent. If you take the pill, all the food you eat for the rest of your life will taste like feta cheese. Do you take the pill?
I think I'd like to be 25% smarter, and I've been looking to lose some weight anyway.
I like feta cheese.
But do you want to have a hot cup of feta cheese first thing in the morning?
See, that's the problem, because texturally, feta cheese is different from basically anything else I eat.
Do you want to have a cup of coffee in the morning and have it taste like feta cheese? Like feta plus coffee, and then if you put cream in the coffee, that's slightly thicker feta cheese, but still watery feta cheese. And if you bite into a steak, that is fibrous feta cheese. I'm not taking that pill. I like feta cheese. I don't like feta cheese that much. And I don't think no matter how 25% smarter than this isn't going to help me mitigate that, because I already kind of dumb.
It's the nature of the problem. If it isn't making you that much smarter, then you're not really going to ever find out or notice a difference. But if it is, ooh, imagine that feeling. Who wouldn't want to find out?
Who wouldn't want to know their friends are all idiots and they hadn't noticed until this point?
Chocolate,
Yep.
beer,
Yep.
just like a sandwich. Just a peanut butter and jam sandwich.
Yep.
Or a feta butter and feta witch.
At least you'd be able to taste the butter in there. And when you eat the feta, you can say, thank God I don't have to taste this for the rest of my life. I choose to taste this right now.
Could you subsist entirely on feta-flavored Soylent?
Because that's basically what your option is here. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Your only options are purely textural. You could take like a slice of cheddar and then you're just having very thick, firm feta. Or you have a cream puff and it's light and fluffy feta.
Everything is feta. And that doesn't make it better.
I'm not convinced that it will really be feta forever. Leaving out that humans can adapt to anything, I really think that you're going to be able to find a way to regain some amount of your taste buds. In fact, maybe you could try miracle fruit. Then everything could taste like, I don't know, oranges.
It would probably just taste like more powerful feta.
I mean, people pay good money for feta wrapped in filo pastry.
But the filo pastry adds so much.
Texturally.
No, I'm picking fat and stupid. That's the path for Jacob. I love food. This has given me palpitations even thinking about not being able to eat a variety of stuff for the rest of my days.
I've just been trying to think of what the grossest thing to eat while under this everything is feta thrall would be. And
Not though.
you remember Orbits?
Oh! You, sir, are a genius and a bastard.
It's just like
Bubble tea?
It's like slightly syrupy feta with little smooth squidgy chunks of feta floating in it.
A milkshake.
It would just be like cold fondue.
Actually, how would fondue be? You'd skewer giant, soft chunks of feta and dip them into the warm, drippy feta.
Roll the dice.
Maybe we'll wind up in the control group. Wouldn't that be awful? Because you'd be stupid, but think that maybe you would just dodge the bullet.
You'd be thinking, oh, the feta thing didn't happen to me, but I'm definitely smarter.
Absolutely.
If the placebo effect can actually cause illnesses to recede, could it also increase your intellect?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It could also probably more likely go the other way, is that you would just think everything tasted like feta and you'd still be stupid.
How long after you take this drug do you just get arrested in a mall eating a sweatshirt, crying, saying everything tastes like feta, and you just start eating random things, being like, yep, this tastes like feta. Padlock, absolutely feta flavored. Car hubcap, this too is feta flavored.
Do you know what an
Band-Aid on the ground, feta flavored.
Do you know what an arresting experience your first tongue kiss would be after this?
Well,
I think that would give you trauma.
I'm gonna take my normal-ass food-tasting mouth, get a bowl of chips, some Scottish gravy, and feta curds, why the hell not, and just make a poutine that I can taste every part of.
I'm all for embracing science and hoping to see the frontiers of human knowledge bow gently outwards. So I'm all on team feta brains, but
oh,
I acknowledge that this is going to go sideways hard.
brains would also taste like feta.
On the plus side, dong wouldn't taste any different.
I'm gonna disagree with that.
My sample size is very, very small.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's a shame. That's just awful.
Okay, I'm gonna give Jacob and Graham 4 points for playing it safe.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give Alex 5 sympathy points because he has had some very interesting sexual experiences, but I don't want to judge.
Like if I wasn't off feta before.
I don't know what the scores are anymore because I forgot. That last thing just sent them right out of my head. So I don't know who won. How many points did you guys get first time on 4?
50.
4.
50, sure, sounds great. And how many points did you guys get first time?
2.
65?
65, whatever. And the winner is the feta dong that Alex ate a long time ago.
I didn't bite it off!
So what was our point total?
1 grillion.
1 grillion?
2, also 1 grillion.
It's too bad that our threshold was 1 grillion and 1.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
shame.
Yeah, bummer.
Sorry.
Until next time, if you have any questions for the panelists, maybe send them to them individually on Twitter or something like that, because I don't really want to get into anybody's sexual history. And please tune in next week for more of this, but hopefully less of what we just saw. Thank you very much. This has been the Panelists.